A Seek Reality online member asked this question. You say the mind is not in the brain, but don't split brain experiments indicate that's not true? In this video, I explain why we know the mind is not affected by a split brain or any deformity or damage to the brain. Your mind is not in your brain. Hello, I'm Dr. R. Craig Hogan, President of the Afterlife Research and Education Institute and Seek Reality Online. I'm the author of 8 books with the evidence that you will come to the end of this life, but you will never die. A member asked us how we can say that the mind is not in the brain when experiments seem to show that splitting the brain causes changes in mental and physical functions. A related question is, how can a mind be affected by brain problems such as Alzheimer's if the mind is not in the brain? You may have read that the brain has a right hemisphere and a left hemisphere joined by the corpus callosum. Each half of the brain controls the opposite half of the body and has unique features. The left side is the primary source of speech and language abilities. The right specializes in visual spatial processing and facial recognition. When the two halves are separated, bizarre things may happen. There are incidents in which a person with a split brain has one hand buttoning a shirt while the other hand is unbuttoning it. Another puts his pants on with one hand and is taking them off with the other. One patient grabbed his wife with his left hand and shook her violently, but his right hand came to her aid and grabbed the aggressive left hand. Let me explain why this doesn't indicate your mind is in your brain. Everything on earth has a reason for it. There is a sun for warmth and light. We eat food to nourish the body. In the next life, there is no sun because there is always comfortable warmth. There's an ambient light without a source. There's no need to nourish the body continues without nourishment. Needing a sun and food are just part of the earth plane with its physical nature. On earth, there is a source or a reason for everything. In the same way, the earth experience needs a place for the mind to be located. So the earth experience has a brain. The brain seems to be responsible for mental activities and behaviors, but that's just part of the earth school play. Minds don't need brains. Here's why we know that. During the play of our lives, people have brain defects of all sorts, such as Alzheimer's. Their minds act in ways that correspond to the defects. The person's mind is playing the role of having a damaged or developmentally disabled brain that affects the mind. But we know that the mind of these individuals is whole and healthy. It never has defects. People with Alzheimer's have deteriorated brains that look like Swiss cheese. They often have terminal lucidity. In the hours before the body dies, they may become alert, clear-minded, and articulate, as though they never had Alzheimer's or dementia causing a defective brain. People blind from birth see during near-death experiences. Their minds are released from the role-playing of the brain with blindness, and they have perfect sight. The minds of developmentally disabled people communicate clearly and intelligently through mediums. Their minds are not affected by the condition of the body. The person maintains the role of having defects in the brain while still in earth school. But the person is not in the brain and doesn't need the brain. When the person is released from the brain in near-death experiences or the death of the body, their mind is whole, healthy, and intelligent. It was never affected by the condition of the brain and body. The brain is just part of the scenery and the play that we are in earth school. When we're released from this play, our minds will be whole and healthy when we have our reunions with our loved ones in the next life.